Al-Hajj Mohammed Al-Masfiwi, died June 13, 1906, was a Moroccan serial killer responsible for the murder of at least 36 women between the late 19th and early 20th centuries. A simple cobbler named Al-Masfiwi occupied the eyes of the Moroccans and became a subject for all the inhabitants at a time when the city was being attacked by locusts, tribal rebellions were turning against the Sultan due to European powers, and people were fearful of famine. In all this chaos, the cobbler was committing his crimes against women, distracting the Moroccans and the city's rulers from the Bou Hamara rebellion and even the recommendations of the Algeciras conference. Marrakesh was in a state of terror due to the disappearance of a number of teenage girls in 1906. Pasha Ayash bin Daoud was unable to solve the mystery of the disappearance, and a state of alert occurred among the sheikhs and the com, until a young woman disappeared, and her relatives tried to solve the mystery without the need for a Makhen authority that followed the case with shame. The family members' search led to the last person the girl was seen with, who was none other than a 70-year-old woman. The family of the missing woman kidnapped and tortured her to confess to her participation in the crime of kidnapping, killing and dismembering the girl's body, after she was given a glass of wine laced with drugs in the shop of Hajj al-Masfiwi, who worked as a cobbler but was also a public writer who wrote letters. Moreover, the old woman nicknamed Al-Rahalia confessed to Hajj al-Masfiwi's responsibility for a large number of kidnapping and murder crimes that Marrakesh witnessed during that period. Immediately, the brother of the missing girl knocked on the door of the Pasha's office and revealed to him the results of his investigation that led to the mastermind of the crimes. After subjecting Hajj Mohammed to all kinds of torture, he confessed to what was attributed to him, and to killing 36 girls and young women, which he and his partner said was done for the purpose of theft, so that he would give the victims a drugged drink, before killing them, cutting off their heads and burying them. Thus, 20 beheaded bodies were found at the bottom of a well in the Mesfiwi shop, and the remaining 16 bodies were found in the garden of his house next to the shop. However, the British writer Saida Ruiz, who is of Moroccan origin, provided in her book Jamar el-Fnad's other details about the Moroccan butcher who bears the title Hajj. The writer's curiosity about the story of the shoemaker and the murders he planned in the city prompted her to travel to Morocco. She said, "At first, I thought it was a fairy tale and had no basis in truth, but when I returned to London in the summer, I went to the British Library and found a collection of newspapers that talked about the murders that took place in Morocco in 1906. If the stories talk about the role of the family of one of the disappeared in revealing the truth, Saida's story talks about an investigator named Farouk al-Alami, who was sent by the palace from Tangier to Marrakesh to participate in uncovering the threads of the Ripper's crime. The investigator stayed in a small hotel, and it became clear to him that the case was not much different from the British Jack the Ripper file, but he did not find help from the residents who were rushing to reach the perpetrator, knowing that Morocco did not have a police force and the Sharia judge was the one who conducted the investigation. Farouk was forced to seek the help of a man named Youssef Al-Mahdi who extracted confessions through torture, and he also sought the help of a French doctor. Initially, Al-Masfiwi was supposed to be executed by crucifixion on May 2, 1906. However, due to protests from foreign embassies claiming the barbarity of the Makhen and that these punishments were outdated, a decision was made to behead him. However, the general feeling in Marrakesh was dissatisfied and wanted Al-Masfiwi to be punished with the most severe punishment possible. Given the heinousness of these crimes that Moroccans did not comprehend. Every day he was led from his cell to the market square, where he was whipped 10 times with rods made of thorny acacia. It was then decided, as a warning to everyone, that Al-Masfiwi would be locked alive in a wall of the Marrakesh bazaar. 2 masons cut a hole in the thick walls of the bazaar about 0.61 m deep and wide, and about 1.8 m high. Chains were fixed to the back wall to keep Al-Masfiwi standing. It seems that he was not told what his fate would be because on the day of his execution, he began screaming for mercy and fighting with his guards as he was led to the wall. After he was chained, passers-by threw filth and excrement at him. Then the masons came forward and began to seal the hole. After he was buried alive, the crowd was silent, then cheered whenever they heard him scream inside. His voice was heard for the first 2 days, before falling silent on the 3rd day. Many in the crowd expressed their anger that he had died so quickly.